yourself. I would like to call upon Priyanka from second year for the welcome address.
Wake up with determination and go to bed with satisfaction. With this amazing quote, it's my immense pleasure to extend a gladsome welcome to all. I heartily welcome our eminent guests of honor, Mr. Fenil Vadakan and Dr. S. Gopalakrishnan Sharma, on behalf of Dr.NGP Arts and Science College, and we are grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation. Further, I would like to welcome Dr. V. Rajendran, sir, our principal, in his absence. After which, I would like to welcome Dr. K. Vanaja, ma'am, Head Commerce with Professional Accounting. Welcome you, ma'am. And it's my great pleasure to welcome the faculty members of Department of Commerce with Professional Accounting. Finally, I take pleasure in welcoming all seniors and my fellow classmates. I wish and hope this to be the most interactive and mesmerizing webinar. Thank you all.
Thank you, Priyanka, for your warm welcome. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. Now I invite Gokula from third year to brief our chief guest profile.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. It's my immense pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Dr. S. Gopalakrishnan, member of Association of Certified Fraud Examiners in USA. He completed PhD in Finance Management from Trust University in Tangier. He completed MBA in Operation and Finance from ICFAI. He completed an MPhil in Finance Management from Trust University. Sir had experience as working as Deputy General Manager in Reliance Retail Limited in Kochi. He worked as a Director of Operations in Aqua Thermocar Cooling Technologies Private Limited. Since 2010, as freelance trainer on internal audit and financial reporting, Sir had achieved delivering and presenting successfully for over 10 years as a trainer on internal auditing, fraud examinations, and accounting for various profession programs, and effective communication with excellent relationship building and interpersonal skills, strong analytical, problem solving, and organization capabilities. And continuing that, I will introduce our another chief guest, Mr. Fenil Vadakan, Manager in Relationship Development, Institute of Management Accountants. He comes with 16 years of experience in the field of education, consulting, strategy, and management. Currently, he is associated with Institute of Management Accountants. He is the master degree holder from Trust University in the Bangalore. He is responsible for increasing market opportunity and thereby maximize IMA membership and CMA candidates in region. Prior to IMA, he worked with one of the leading professional training providers as Associate Vice President. He worked with Chartered Institute of Management Accountants as Regional Head. His relationship skills, professional approach, and work ethics always well appreciated among his acquaintances. He is a passionate career counselor, graphic design enthusiast, and an avid traveler. Thank you for giving the opportunity to introduce our chief guest. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gokula. Behind every successful business, there is a great accountant. Now I request our chief guest to take over the session.
Thank you.
Bala, you will be taking up with Gopal, right? Gopal Sharma?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sir, you can start, Gopal sir.
Okay.
You can share the slides also, sir.
Yeah, okay. No issue. Very good morning, everybody.
Sir, your voice is very low. Can you just little bit raise your voice?
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes.
Very good morning, everybody. At the outset, I thank Vidyaruba School of Management as well as the NGP Arts and Science College Management Authorities for giving me this opportunity to interact with all the faculty members as well as the students who are aspiring to become finance professionals in future. This is a program, CMA program, something definitely which is going to shape up your career in future. being a management accountant requires some kind of a skill for every member. This program or the Cma Management Accountants program will ensure that every one of you will be able to build up your career with the right professionalism, and you can definitely elevate yourself in the corporate ladder. I'll be sharing with you the details of this program, how this is going to be helpful for each one of you, what exactly you have to do it in order to become the certified management accountant. Everything I would be briefing one by one. Now, when we talk about the term management accounting, what does exactly it mean? The management accounting is something which is basically a broader in its concept. It includes financial accounting, cost accounting, the accounting for the revaluation of various assets and liabilities, various control accounts, whatever prepared by the business organizations, marginal costing, budgetary control, financial planning, understanding the break-even points as well as the break-even analysis, the decision accounting. Dharani, kindly can you mute your mic if you don't mind? Decision accounting, then financial reporting, of course, this taxation and internal auditing. All these elements are going to be part of this management accounting. Dharani, I request you to kindly mute your mic if you don't mind. So, when we speak about the term management accounting, it involves all these elements. You are going to be an accountant who will be supporting the management of the business organizations. What exactly are the roles played by a management accountant in the corporate? When you become a certified management accountant, what is going to be your position in an organization? Of course, you are going to be placed, but what is going to be your role? You can even reach the chair of a vice president finance. You can be the controller of finance. You can be the controller of a budgeting process of the organization. You can be the chief financial officer who would be controlling the entire financial elements as well as this accounting, management accounting. And if you have additional strategic management skills, which you are going to acquire along with your financial skills, you can even become a chief financial officer. These are the various roles normally can be played by a management accountant in an organization. The certified management accountant is a specialist. What do you mean by a specialist? Probably whenever an organization is encountering with an issue, whenever an organization has some issue, they will be looking forward upon you for the redressal of the issue or for a solution, better solution. You are going to intervene, you are going to understand, conceive, and help the management, the board of directors, to overcome the issues in a manner whereby the organization again will be able to fall into the track of productivity. This is possible for a certified management accountant. So you can be a staff accountant, you can be a cost accountant, you can be a corporate accountant, you can even be an internal auditor, you can even look into the taxation part of it. You can be an expert financial analyst. You can be a budget controller as well as a budget analyst. All these roles are predominantly done by the management accountants. Really sorry. Before I continue further, நான் வந்து தமிழ்ல பேசணுமா இல்ல இங்கிலீஷ்லயே கண்டினியூ பண்ணவா? How about your convenience? Accordingly, I will do it.
So no problem. Both language you can use, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, fine. Fantastic. See, the companies வந்து, if you are classifying in the form of various industries, in all the industries, CMAs can play a very vital role. இந்த பேங்கிங்ல மட்டும் இல்ல மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் செக்டர்ல மட்டும் அது 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 இல்லாட்டி ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் செக்மெண்ட்ல மட்டும்தான் சிஎம்ஏக்கு ரோல் இருக்கு அந்த மாதிரி கிடையாது. You can actually play a very vital role in all the industries. Every industry requires a management accountant in reality, whether it is manufacturing or even educational services. Teachers are required nowadays. முன்னாடி மாதிரி ப்ரொஃபஷனல் டீச்சர்ஸ் இப்போ வந்து ரொம்ப கம்மி இன் இந்தியால. இப்போ வந்து ஒரு 1000 people, if they are coming out from the professional colleges, hardly 1 or 2 people are becoming the teachers. So the education segments as teachers நிறையவே requirements இருக்கு. A CMA who has got an in-depth knowledge in accounting and all this management accounting area can even become a teacher. There are many management accountants who are serving as the teachers in many reputed organizations in this country and in the world as well. Similarly, mining industries, insurance and real estate, medical and health services, transportation industry, communication industry, your telecom industry, and various other telecom utility services, construction companies, finance companies. In the எல்லா இண்டஸ்ட்ரியிலுமே as a management accountant கண்டிப்பா உங்களுக்கு வந்து உங்களோடதான ஒரு ஒரு you can exercise a control in all these areas. This is something very, very important. Now let me tell you, other than whatever I said, there is another important area which is called professional consulting area. There are a lot of professional consultants. Consultancy services are given by many big 4 audit firms, like you are understanding, Deloitte Haskins, and there are many BDO, many audit firms in India as well as in the global environment. They're all acting as consultants. See, as a CMA, as a management accountant, you can be part of those organizations which gives consultancy services to various organizations. Internal auditing is one of the most important, eminent part of any organizational success nowadays. Wherever you travel, whether it is in India or abroad, internal auditing stands unique. In what way? In the sense, internal auditors definitely are going to help the management to achieve the productivity, efficiency in terms of its operations and internal controls. Management accountants even can play a very vital role in ensuring that such kind of internal controls are properly designed, conceptualized, and applied. And you can even sometimes help the internal auditors in assessing the effectiveness of those internal controls in the organization in order to attain the corporate goals or productivity. So basically, the areas where the management accountants can play around is not even in fact narrow, it is broad. So to that extent, the opportunities are also very, very high. That's the most important point, probably you have to note it. Who will be hiring this management accountants in general in the world? There are so many organizations, as they have told you. We have KPMG, Larsen & Toubro, EXL, Deloitte, Ernst & Young, Caterpillar, Maersk, HCL, Godrej, DuPont, Tata Power, Johnson & Johnson, many organizations. There are many banking companies, many banks, foreign banks, as well as our Indian banks, which are hiring these management accountants nowadays. What is the need? This is what I have told you. You can play a very vital role in many aspects. You are not confined to one particular area. So whether it is finance, accounting, taxation, budgets, even variance analysis and cost controls, in all these areas, a better role and an expert role can be played by the management accountant, and hence your position is very, very important in the corporates. Now, when we talk about the CMA as a curriculum introduced by the Institute of Management Accountants US. Now you may ask me a question, whether in India, are we doing this program elsewhere? See, to be frank, this CMA as a program is in the market for the last 15 years, at least to the extent of my knowledge. In India, I am talking about. In the world, this is existing for many years. From time immemorial, this course has got its own prominence. And when we talk about this specific program, which is conducted in this country, specifically in Tamil Nadu or Kerala, let me tell you, there are many colleges which has even tied up with the Institute of Management Accountants for offering this program to various students, BCom students, who are all aspiring to become finance professionals. These are one of the few colleges which we have mentioned over here. Hindustan University, Chennai, probably this college is known to many of you. Vimala College, Thrissur. We have St. Joseph College. It's an autonomous body, Devagiri in Calicut in Kerala. We have St. Teresa's College. It's an autonomous institution. It's one of the prominent colleges in the state of Kerala. We have tied up with All Saints College. We have tied up with SCMS, and we are in the process of even getting into and not with many of the universities in Bangalore as well as various parts of Tamil Nadu. Plus, we have even corporate tie-ups. Many corporate employees are undertaking this program in order to beef up their qualities, in order to beef up their professional skills. So the corporate companies, in fact, prefer some organizations to deliver better training for their employees, and we are all even giving the services to many corporate employees as well, like your Shell or EXL and many other companies, even Caterpillar and so many organizations. So why in fact the corporate employees are preferring even this program? Probably you would have joined this organization not as a professional. After completing your BCom or MCom, you would have taken up a position with a specific salary level. Upon acquiring some 2-3 years of experience, for you to go up in the ladder, probably you might be requiring a professional qualification, which is inevitable nowadays. So the organization will be in fact promoting these kind of programs, and in fact supporting and encouraging all the employees who are willing to take up these programs. And hence in the corporate side, there are many opportunities in fact which are springing up. Now, when we consider about the CMA program as a module, this is a course. When we look into this course, there are only 2 parts, and the exams are only 2-part exams. What do you mean by 2-part exam? I will not say that it is 2 papers. It is 2-part. Now, when you look into the Indian professional programs like your CA or CMA, probably it has 16 different papers. If you just look into the intermediate as well as the final, there are 16 different papers, whether it is company secretary or your ACCA or any professional qualifications for that matter, even CIMA. There are 13 papers associated with the CIMA. For ACCA, there are around some 14-15 papers. For CA, there are around 16 papers. These papers are unique and different from one another. Okay, so for each paper, you have to appear one exam, you have to qualify, you have to pass. Only then you can come out as a professional. But in this, there are 16 exams you have to undertake. Understand? Here, there are only 2 exams you have to undertake. Then you might wonder, is it exactly true? I will tell you in true sense, there are only 2 exams. But when I specify that there are only 2 exams, it doesn't mean that it involves only 2 papers. Now kindly listen, we are referring it as part 1 part 2. What is this part 1 and part 2? Each part contains 6 or 7 different topics. Whatever topics which are covered as part of your CA, CMA, Indian CA, CMA, ACCA or CAMA, all those elements will be even part of this either part 1 or part 2. But here, instead of conducting exam for each topic, each paper, we are clubbing certain topics together and including it under part 1 and another few topics under part 2. So for part 1, you have to undertake one exam. For part 2, you have to undertake another exam. That means you have to be thorough in respects of all the topics as part of this part 1 and part 2. That is the most important element. Let me continue further. Let me tell you what is the highlights of the CMA exams. I'll just come back to you regarding the contents of this part 1 and part 2 later. There are 2 exams as the way I have told you, part 1 and part 2. Please remember, never mistake this part as paper. It is not 2 papers, it is 2 parts. Each part will be comprising of few topics. So these few topics together you are going to undertake one exam. That's a point. And 75% of the total marks will be predominantly multiple choice in nature. Remaining 25% will be descriptive, and no negative marks you would be able to find with this kind of exams. So please remember, the 75% are MCQs, 25% are descriptive. Now you might feel, okay, it is MCQ, it can be easily, easily you can just bring it to your handful. Let me tell you, when compared to the descriptive sessions, MCQs are difficult in reality. What is the reason? Unless otherwise, you are thorough in terms of the concept, you have in-depth knowledge regarding the topics, you will not be able to pick up the right answer. Here, in the case of a CMA exam, your knowledge is going to be tested. You don't have to mug up the entire topics, but you have to be conceptually clear. You must be knowledgeable. That knowledge you have to store it in your long-term memory. Unfortunately, what happens is predominantly many of our finance students, whether it is BCom, MCom, CA, or any student who is doing whether it is a professional program or a management program or a UG program or a PG program, we tend to forget a lot. We are by nature tend to forget whatever we are conceiving. So suppose today a faculty comes and takes a class on a particular topic. He or she teaches you something. The next moment, our students will be forgetting about it. Next day, when the same faculty comes and asks you some questions about the previous day's topics, you will feel as if this is something related to physics or chemistry. Because we would have forgotten everything. Nothing is being stored in our long-term memory. That approach cannot be adopted in the case of your CMA examination. That's what I'm trying to say. See, kindly remember one important point. I am a faculty, I am a trainer, even I am a consultant too. Kindly listen to me, including myself. When I was a student, when somebody taught me accounting, when somebody taught me cost accounting, in the next class I would have forgotten everything. That is our habit. But it is not affordable for a doctor to forget whatever he has learned. Imagine a situation, you are approaching a cardiologist because you find that you have an issue with your heart. You go to the cardiologist. You have already taken an X-ray. The cardiologist goes through this X-ray, say that you have an issue with your mitral valve. And the cardiologist say, when I was preparing for my MBBS exam, I skipped this portion. I never learned anything about your aorta or mitral valve. I skipped it. So I don't remember anything. You better go and consult another doctor. If a doctor says this, that is going to be killing in reality. Do you agree with me or not? This is a fact. In this case, a doctor, whatever probably he would have learned 25 years back, he must still be remembering. It is not affordable for him to forget about it, because if he is forgetting everything, our life is in danger, no doubt in that. So when a doctor can do this, do remember everything, consistently, continuously, and put everything into practice, why can't a professional accountant? This is my question. When you want to become a teacher, you have to have your brain filled up with knowledge and concepts. If you have to become a consultant, you must be giving solutions to many. So the entire knowledge must be there. Everything must be there in your long-term memory. Unfortunately, none of the finance students try to keep everything in the long-term memory. We take everything in the short-term memory and try to forget. That's the main reason why we are forgetting. So like the way a doctor does in reality, we need to also tend to conceptualize everything, whatever being taught or given in the class, that must be stored in the long-term memory. That itself is more than sufficient for you to pass the CMA exam. That's what I'm trying to say, because we have 75% MCQ exams. You have to pick up the right choice. That knowledge is going to help you out in doing so. That is the specialty of these exams. So there is no need to do a hard effort, but instead you have to do a smart effort of conceptualizing everything. Even while you are attending the classes, if you can even take everything whatever communicated by the faculty, and in order to confirm, if you are going through the material and confirming the knowledge whatever you have acquired, naturally when you just recollect everything by closing all the books and everything for a few hours, automatically it will be reaching your long time memory. That itself will be even taking you to a great success, no doubt in that. That's more than sufficient. Point number 3 will be, here there is a student membership. Being a college student, the membership fee, it will be discounted. Why? Because there are some discount facilities available for you all, since you are already taking up a program in various colleges. This program in literal sense can be completed in 1 year's time if you will, and if you have a will and wish, you will be able to complete it in 1 year's time. That's more than sufficient. Exams are conducted in India. In Tamil Nadu, in Chennai, we have exam centers. In Kerala, in Trivandrum, we have centers. In Bangalore, we have centers. In many other capital cities, we have exam centers in India too. You don't have to go abroad to take up this exam. And you will be able to become a certified management accountant even before you graduate from your college. That possibility is always there. Because along with your BCom program, if you can undertake this program, you can even pass this program, and this is going to help you to come out of your undergraduate BCom program in a colorful manner, in a skyrocketing manner. Probably you would be able to come out. So you would be one of the top scorers in terms of your BCom program or MCom program in reality, because you have already learned all these topics from the grassroots level. You are going to learn everything from the scratch. That's the greatest advantage of doing this. Hope it is clear. And this program can be even undertaken by an arts student, engineering student, commerce student, or any other management student. There are no bars. Basically speaking, understanding these concepts are very easy for everybody. When a BCom graduate, when a finance background student can understand this, even an engineer can also understand. There will not be any great difference in reality. Why you have to become a certified management accountant? I have told you the reason. There are many roles which are played by the management accountant in reality in various corporates. And you are going to be a more practical personality than a theoretical person. When you are learning the theories, you are simultaneously learning as how to put it into practice. This blend of your theories as well as practical sense, that is what exactly going to give you a success in your exams as well as your professional practice. So because of this reason, as a CMA, when you become a CMA, you are going to be a person who can even give a lot of practical solutions in reality to the many corporates. So you are going to be playing only with success cards in the corporates. As I have told you, there are many career options in various industries. You are not going to confine yourself with respect to one particular industry in reality. You can enter into any organizations of any sort. Everywhere your services are inevitable rather. So the opportunities are very high. In fact, Why these opportunities are high? This is a simple principle of economics. Low supply, high demand. So naturally your opportunities will be high. Supplies are low because number of people who come out of CMAs are low. Now it doesn't mean that okay, the pass percentage is low. There is a difference between the number of people who emerge a CMA and the pass percentage. See, in India, for CA or CMA, the pass percentage will be less than 15%. That means if 100 students are taking up the exam, only 15 or less than 15 only qualify. That means 85% of the students are not able to qualify this. This is a part you have to remember. But when you look into the global pass percentage for the CMA, Certified Management Accountants Program, it is more than 40%, 40. That means out of 140 people are passing, 60 people fail. Now you may ask me a question, why 60 people fail? Instead of asking me this question, you just look into why 40 people are passing. This 40% is a better result when compared to other professional programs in reality. So that is one side. Second thing is people who are undertaking this program and coming out as CMAs are very less in numbers. Because of this reason, supplies are low, demand is high. That's the reason you have tremendous opportunities in the market. As I have told you earlier, really sorry. As I have told you earlier, while learning this management accountants program, when you are going to become a certified management accountant down the line, 1 year or 1.5 years time after completing your exams, what are the knowledge you are going to gain in reality? I have told you something about the knowledge, the concepts which you have to keep it in your long-term memory. What are those knowledges? What are the areas where you would be knowledgeable? One will be your external financial reporting. Second will be planning, budgeting, and variance analysis, pricing, performance management, cost management, internal controls, system securities, technology and analytics, then financial statement analysis, data analytics, corporate finance, decision analysis, how to manage the risk factors, risk management, investment decisions. Of course, last but not least is professional ethics. Other than this element, you can even become an internal auditor as the way I have told you, provided you have the flyer. Ultimately, you should have the flyer to become all these, one of these experts, no doubt in that. Everybody may not have expertise in carrying out everything. Somebody might be interested in budgets, somebody might be interested in financial reporting, somebody might be interested in data analytics, somebody can be even part of your cost control or cost analysis, somebody might like to play a very vital role in determining the prices of various products and services. In all these areas you can give your contributions. Plus, if you have got a flyer to become an internal auditor, you can even become an internal auditor in reality too. This is what I thought of highlighting it. So the opportunities are very, very high. It is wide. And remember, when I am saying that you will be able to complete these examinations or CMA exams in 1 year's time, why I am saying so? There are 3 exams in a year which are conducted by the Institute of Management Accountants. One during January and February. You can choose your date. From January 1st to February 28th of February, you can choose on what date you want to undertake the exam. So this January, February is a window. During this 2 months window, any day you can pick up the date and you can undertake the exam. Similarly, there are 2 more windows. Another window is May, June. It starts from 1st of May, ends at 30th of June. Then 1st of September to 31st of October. 3 windows are there. In these 3 windows, that means I can roughly tell you for 6 months in a year, the institute is going to conduct exam. On any date during these windows, you will be able to pick up your dates and undertake the exam. That is the greatest advantage for you. The institute is not going to give you the date. You are only going to take up the date based upon your preparedness. This advantage is definitely going to be, probably one can even capitalize upon these kind of advantages, no doubt. Sorry. As I have told you, there's an online exam. There are parametric centers available in all the exam centers. But to go to that center, it's a computer-based exam. You will be allowed to a small non-scientific calculator. With that, you are going to take up the exam. Even the descriptive exams, you are going to type it in your laptop or computers. That's how you will be. That will be 4 hours exam. That is, one exam is 4 hours. Okay, which will be involving 100 multiple choice questions and 2 essay questions of 30 minutes each you can spare for these essays. This is how the exam patterns are going to be. Basically, you can pass CMA exam even before you graduate. But in order to get the final certification from the Institute of Management Accountants, you have to acquire 2 years of practical experience. Even in India, for CA, there are 3 years of articleship, which they are doing even before their exams. But here, this 2 years of experience becomes your practical employment in some organizations. Those 2 years of experience will be counted as an experience for the sake of giving you the final certification by the Institute of Management Accountants. The final certificate comes from the institute after acquiring these 2 years of experience. So once you pass, getting into an employment will not be a difficult task at all. So upon acquiring these 2 years of experience, and when you submit your experience proof, naturally the institute is going to give you the final certification. This is the point you have to consider here. Now, in order to become a management accountant, basically you require an expert's support. Can you independently prepare yourself and become a management accountant? I don't say that it is impossible. It is possible. But there are a lot of risk factors involved. So you would be requiring the support of an expert in reality, who would be able to guide you, who would be able to train you, who would be able to support you whenever you are finding any kind of literal troubles. And that organization matters. Vidyaruba School of Management Studies is an expert in the area of training for CMA, and they have been doing this job for the last so many years. There are experienced faculty members. Results are very good. They are even providing very good opportunities for the students to, in fact, beef up your qualities, not only as an educational exponent, but also as a practical personality as well. And the teachers, there are very good interactions which are happening between the teachers and the students, which is very well required. The interconnectivity, the mind should act together between the teachers and the students. Only then it will be resulting into a success. This specific mantra is upheld by the Vidyaruba School of Management Studies, and that is definitely going to be the major success of this institute as well. So this institute naturally will be able to support and extend you with all kind of basic facilities required for you to gear up and prepare yourself and come out successfully at the end of the day. The fee structure is mentioned over here. There is a membership fee. This is in dollars. There's an entrance fee, and there is exam fee put together. It is $849. Probably then you will have to remit to the institute. That is Institute of Management Accountants. You had to remit it. Other than that, we have coaching fee. Online coaching, it is 49,870. Regular coaching, it is 69,470, including the materials, including GST and everything. So these are the basic information I thought of sharing with you all. And my fellow counterpart, Mr. Phil Vadakan, who is an expert, will also be giving his thought process in this regard. And subsequent to that, if you have any doubts, definitely, of course, you can raise any kind of queries, and we would be happy to help you out in giving the answers for that. Thanks a lot for the opportunities once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Fenil. Fenil, your mic is mute, Fenil.
Thank you, Bala. Very good morning, everyone. Good to see you all attending this session. I'm sure this is like this given you a new information altogether. around 50 plus universities and colleges in India currently offers CMA program. So it's an opportunity for you to explore the same skill set, same qualification, where you can the facility which with college and Vidyaruba is trying to arrange to offer this program for you, whereas you can learn this same certification from the location where you are right now. So once again, thank you very much, college, Vidyaruba, for organizing such a great opportunity for the students. I'll just share my screen. I will not take much of your time, don't worry. The good thing, Gopal Sharma already covered most of the topics, which is very relevant from the CMA perspective. Hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Now, what I would like to cover here, what is CMA, and which organization provide this, and why CMA is required in the present world. So Gopal Sharma already spoke about these topics up to a certain level. So I just want to add a few more information of your knowledge. What is I work for IMA? My role is to support IMA growth in India when it comes to students' progression, student joining, market awareness, work with universities, providers, associations, and corporates. So we are 102 years old professional membership body headquartered in New Jersey, USA, and spread across 150 countries with around 140,000 members. Apart from that, we do have 300 chapters around India. The hard work of supporting, guiding, and training you is done by our approved provider. And I'm happy to say Vidyaruba is our silver approved provider for the CMA program. So what IMA do? One is IMA is a responsible professional body who provides the
ഇതേപോലെ തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ഡേറ്റും
the responsible body for the CMA certification or CMA credential, one of the most leading management accounting certification in the world. Apart from that, we are into continuous education, we are into networking, research, and highest standards of ethics. So why this is important? Because end of the day, once you complete the CMA, what happens in our normal graduation or post-graduation? After you complete your graduation or post-graduation, you will say bye-bye to your college and you get into your corporate life, am I right? But industry is changing with many topics, many things are happening in the industry. How you will going to update? So that is the benefit of being part of a professional body. So even though you complete your CMA exams, we still help you to understand, grasp, and update your knowledge with different activities which IMA do it. That is why we say we are into continuous education, networking opportunity. So what chapters do? Chapters, you see very senior members like vice president, directors, finance heads, as well as students comes together in the same platform. So this is a great opportunity for you to connect from that for the senior people. It's also a great opportunity to connect youngsters who are interested to join their corporate world. So that's how IMA as an organization holistically work in the market. We work with many corporates. When I say work with many corporates, these corporates, some of them work with us in the research initiatives. Some of these companies fund for their own employees to do CMA, and some organizations reach out to us and say, we need experienced CMAs, we need fresh CMAs, like the recent posting about Lead Square. They are looking at fresh interns for a project of 1 year. And I mean, it's like, if you work well, you will be hired. So this kind of opportunity comes to us, and we inform our members and candidates about this opportunity. I also spoke about, we work with around 50 plus universities and colleges. I'm sure some of the names are well known in the market, especially South India. And these universities and colleges integrated or provide CMA as an additional program for their students who are preparing their undergraduate or postgraduate program. Now, the benefit, why this integration or why this program is offered along with graduation. And you know that according to the agencies, what they say, only 10% of graduates are employable right now. Or on the other side, according to the survey and studies says 90% of organizations are having a hard time to get right entry level finance and management accountant professionals. Now, professional qualifications fill the gap between what university or college offers and what industry required. And that is one reason behind why professional qualification is going to be the future for you in order to get into the right career and right organizations. And that is where many universities and colleges already started offering this. I would say some of them are offering it for 5 to 6 years. Some of them are now offering for last 2 years or 3 years. It's great to see colleges incorporate these topics for their students to be employable. That is the most important thing. Once you complete, whether your knowledge is employable, if not, then why you are doing your graduation? That's a question mark comes in. So that is what CMA brings to you. That is what CMA help you to achieve in this two-part examination, which is more industry ready. Now the question back to you, are you future ready? We are living in the world of technology, analytics, and robotics. And we know that it's creating a lot of disruption in the market. If you look at around 10 years back, you might see a lot of internet cafes in your villages. You won't see much of them right now. If you look at, they all lost their jobs. But on the other side, you can access to your internet requirement with your mobile phones. So one side, it's create a lot of disruption. On the other side, it create different opportunities. Now, this is going to affect in the accounting finance industry. According to the research which IMA done last year, 27% of organizations are going through finance transformation right now. And in the next 5 years, almost 88% of companies are going through finance transformation. How that is going to affect you? If any jobs which is repeated in nature, these are all going to be automated. Now the question is, do you really require an accountant in the organization to work for? Or you need softwares and scanning options to update your data entry, which reflects in your books of accounts? So that is where the change is happening. So in order to get a right job, it's like in order of not losing your job on the other side, you need to learn the skills which is required for the future. And how IMA do that? Every 5 to 6 years, IMA go around the world and ask the employers what kind of skill set you are expecting from your employees. And we create something called management accounting competency framework. So these are the skills which is required in the industry, especially in the finance and management accounting industry. And these are the future skills which is required for them. Which are these? Strategy, planning, performance, reporting, control, technology and analytics, business document operations, professional ethics and values, and finally, it is centered with leadership skills. Now, Gopal Sharma already mentioned about it. These are the topics which we cover as part of the CMA syllabus. Now, how a management accountant is different from the accountant which you see right now? You know, a lot of accountants, financial accountants in the industry. How management accountants are different from them? So if you look at accounting stream, there is something called public accounting. Another one is called management accounting. Public accounting is more like chartered accounting here. So what they do, they focus on audit, tax, assurance, compliance. Definitely you need such people in the industry. and they are valuators. They look at what happened, they record the statements, prepare the balance sheet and profit and loss account in a very systematic manner with the rules and regulations, and showcase to the public or stakeholders this is what the financial position of a company. I would say a management accountant job starts where a financial accountant finishes job. So they are more into developing, implementing, managing report. They are more forward looking people. Definitely they like, just let's imagine you are driving a car. You look at your rear mirror to see anything happening, any vehicles coming from the backside, but 99% of your focus will be how to go forward. Am I right? That's how a management accountant work. They look forward, definitely look backside for the data, but they look forward to get the future insight, how to help organization in making the right decision. So they are more like value creators, management accountants and finance and accounting professionals who create value for the organization and work as strategic business partners. They are decision makers. They work in planning, managing risk, cost management, performance measurement, decision analysis, and strategic decision making. So most of these topics are covered. The only difference when you learn CMA, unlike your graduation, what happens in our graduation, we learn what it is, define it as, am I right? But in CMA, we go the next two levels, which is application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation, which means your preparation need to be concept oriented and analytical oriented rather than by hearting. So whether you scored 80%, 90%, 95% is not something a parameter here to prepare for CMA. The parameter here, when you learn, whether you know what you are learning, where you're going to apply, why you are learning, what is the concept behind it. If you know how to learn that, CMA is going to be a wonderful certification. Why I'm saying this, I've seen many management accountants, those who completed the qualification, work in the industry. And some students, fresh students who joined after graduation with CMA, they come back and say, like the happiest moment in their life, even the other qualified professionals, they even come and say, how you have done this report. So they come and ask, like somebody with 5 to 10 years of experience, sometimes come and ask a fresher, how you have done this report, or you have done a wonderful job. They sometimes, the candidates come back and say, this is the most happiest moment, which they felt like they felt valued within the organization. So that is the one benefit of being a CMA. I'm not going in depth of any of this because already sir has covered all these topics for you. And just to give you how we spread, around 34% of people who completed CMA work as CEOs, CFOs, and financial controllers. 22% of them are directors and managers. 33% of them work as financial analysts, business analysts, risk analysts, investment analysts, F&A, FP&A, costing, pricing. These are some of the areas where we have seen management accountants as freshers with 5 to 7 years work. So it's definitely an opportunity to move forward. This is what I would like to share with you. Definitely I have few more slides, which I will talk about that once you've taken a decision, right decision to be a leader and to be a decision maker. I will definitely address you later. So this is what I would like to share it with you. If you have any questions regarding CMA, IMA, we are happy to address you, answer your questions, and over to you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fennel.
Students, if you have any questions, you can raise. Bala, whether you have any other sessions, anyone else is talking?
No.
Okay.
I'm just. உங்களுக்கு என்ன டவுட் இருக்குல்ல கேளுங்க, பிரச்சனை இல்ல. உங்க லாங்குவேஜ்ல கேளுங்க, ஹிந்தி, இங்கிலீஷ், ஆன்சர் பண்ணதுக்கு ஆளு இருக்கு.
கொஞ்சம் தமிழ் தெரியும். Nothing more than that.
Yes, don't shame it. Just shoot up your doubts. Dhanya ma'am.
Sir, I am here. David here.
Sir, you came.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The students, you may ask the doubts now.
You can ask doubts.
Sir, how to join a Cma program, sir?
Sorry.
How to join for a CMA program? I think Bala, you can answer how to reach out, who to be reached out, and other details.
Okay. David sir.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, normally what we do is we are taking admissions from the college, and after completion of the admissions, we will sign an MOU with the college. For a college, there should be a special fees. That is what we mentioned. Normally, we are charging little higher. So for colleges, we do some kind of discounts. So this is the way which we do it.
Okay, sir. So actually, we have a professional course committee here, which is launched last year. Otherwise,
okay.
we could have joined separately from our department because the only department which was carrying out this professional course was become PA 1 year before. And since the committee is formed for college separately, and there is a committee for that, so I'll inform the committee regarding this. And if any admission or if anything happens after that, they will be contacting you, sir, because we have separate committee. And
Okay,
I
sir.
may ask them for a separate webinar like this for other students also, interested students as a group. And since we have only 2 days of time, I could not speak with them, and people are not coming college regularly due to this COVID. So once they are regular, I will inform them so that they may contact you. And as you said, the admissions can be happen with the MOU.
Fine, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So students, if you don't have any questions, so shall we wind up the session?
Sir,
Yes.
so there is a CMA India and CMA US. So which is better, sir?
See, both courses are better, but the time constraint. If you want to qualify a professional course in a shorter span of time and get into a corporate world, which one you would prefer? Both are similar, no doubt at all.
Thank you,
But
sir.
in CMA US, the taxation, cost audit, and law is not applicable because it's a purely management accounting. But the other one, cost and management accounting, the taxation, law, and cost audit is applicable.
Okay, sir.
And the second point, CMA India, if you are preferring a government jobs, either Tamil Nadu or India government, central government, you will get a job based on the Indian CMA. But here, it's a private sector only.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable information. Students are kindly used to fill the feedback link in the chat box.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Your voice is very low.
Is it okay now, sir?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Sir, for CMA, can we have our self preparation, sir? Is it necessary that we should step into institutions for preparing?
Anuja, am I right? Anuja, that's a good name, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Anuja, which program you are doing, in which year you are studying right now?
But I haven't started yet, so I thought of completing my graduation post UG program and then starting it, sir. So I thought of having self preparation.
Okay, see, I'll tell you, there is nothing like not possible, but what happens in CMA, the subjects are taught in a level, we call it level B and level C. See, what happens in the normal graduation, we learn these topics from level A. So when it comes to learning, the concept learning is very important. So that is where our course providers help you and guide you to achieve that, to clarify your doubts. So that is sometimes one reason behind we recommend students to go through a systematic learning. And that's also one reason there is one person to ask you whether you have done your preparation. So that is another reason why we always ask provider students to go through our providers, but nothing stopping you to do self preparation. And when you go through a course provider, you get certain benefits which is extended to the course providers and colleges, and that also can be utilized by you. So that's the reason, one reason behind why we request us look at students going through course providers.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your information to us.
I really appreciate all the students who are asking questions. It's a great opportunity for you to ask. This, I think this is the first time I'm addressing you all, and I'm sure most of you first time is going to get to know that you are getting to know about CMA program. So it's a great opportunity for you to ask from the professional. I represent the professional body, or even if you want more further details, definitely you can ask Vidya Ruba. They can give you guidance. I thought of like it's a great opportunity for you to clarify things directly from the professional body.
I request all the participants to just fill out the feedback form. It's a gentle reminder to all the participants to fill the feedback form, which has been posted in the chat box.
Students, do you have any other doubts? Kindly ask.
Have shared our contact details. If you wanted to get more information regarding the program, share the number in the chat box. Please note down. Our website also it's shared. So shall we wrap up the session?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir,
very much.
for
Thank
your
you very
valuable
much.
information. At the end of the day, we are accountable to ourselves. Now I invite Sugitana and Balachandran from third year to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to one and all gathered here. Enjoying this little thing for one day, you may look back and realize there was a big thing. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks to all the dignitaries assembled here. Let me, first of all, start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making this session a successful one. First and foremost, I thank our special chief guest, Mr. Feenal Vadakan, IMA US, Mr. Balachandran, and Dr. S. Gopalakrishnan Sharma, CFE, who despite their busy schedule has found time to be the part of this webinar. Thank you, sir, for sharing the valuable thoughts. I extend my gratitude to our head of the department, Dr. K. Vanaja, who has been a pillar, a support and strength. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to thank all the faculties who continuously inspire us to work with zeal and dedication. Last but not the least, I thank all my juniors and fellow classmates with whom this webinar has reached a successful one. Thank you one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sugitana, and thank you all for your participation.
Thanks.